So I gotta ask you guys now, how are your brackets doing? That's the big question. It's been a lot of upsets this March. Mid Tennessee's been on a little bit of a streak. Unfortunately, it ended. Michigan, the big one. Michigan killed a lot of brackets, and let me check. Wisconsin, I believe, was the other big one. I don't think anyone saw Wisconsin beating Villanova. Um, Florida wiped Virginia. I couldn't believe that when I saw it. Baylor's in the Sweet 16. South Carolina beating Duke. That I didn't see coming. I'd show you guys my bracket, but my camera doesn't work, so I can't do that. Awful. Tim, tell me how awful was it? Who was your final four? I just want to know how everyone's doing with that right now, because maybe you're all having better luck than I am so far. I'm like sixth of my friends right now. I'm doing an ESPN one. I can't show you that yet because I don't have it on my computer. Plain and simple. Let me see. No, Northwestern kind of hurt me too because I thought they'd move on against Gonzaga, and they just didn't. Yeah, just a lot of upsets so far, and I believe I read it on ESPN, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, wait, I read it on Facebook somewhere. 0% of the brackets filled out this March are correct right now. That's the reason I got to ask how you guys are doing on your brackets as well. Let's see. I'm just looking at mine and I'm trying to see what I got wrong. I got Purdue and Kansas right. Oregon's been pretty decent too, the Ducks. Louisville got knocked out. It's Michigan now. See coming. I don't know if you guys thought. Oh, I. Hey, you're still alive though. You're still alive, Tim. Pick Duke and UNC to go all the way. That was a bad prediction because UNC is struggling right now and Duke is struggling. Or Duke didn't advance. I mean, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought a lot so far, but anyway, I'm just looking down the list. Butler's been surprising so far. I'm not sure if any of you guys looked at Butler. UCLA has been pretty good too. Kansas or Kentucky, I mean, yeah, just I think when I checked ESPN, and I don't have it on my computer, but I have it on my phone. That's where I keep my bracket. So I'm going to pull it up. I have 56.7% right now and 430 points. But I'm just going to read the matchups coming up Friday. We got Wisconsin and Florida, Baylor, South Carolina. Baylor, South Carolina at 7:30. Wisconsin and Florida at 10 at night. That's a little late for a East Coast game, but okay. On the West Coast, you got #1 Gonzaga against West Virginia, and you got Xavier against Arizona. That's a game I think that could be an upset. And West Virginia's playing pretty decent basketball too. But obviously, for the sake of my bracket, I hope that doesn't happen. I want to see Arizona and Gonzaga. Midwest, you got Kansas, Purdue, and Oregon and Michigan. Michigan in that game too. They could pull off something. Butler UNC, that's going to be a good game, and then UCLA and Kentucky. Oh man, I'm gonna say this. I really believe UCLA could pull that game off. I have them going on. Let's see. But yeah, then there's another article I read somewhere. I'm gonna kind of go back to that. I read another article somewhere. I forget where, but they had said this is a bad tournament so far. It was a Fox Sports writer, so of course you know there's going to be biases there. But he had said it's a terrible March Madness. It's boring. You know, maybe to you it is. I mean, I'm a Syracuse fan, so you know personally it hurts me to not see Syracuse in the game. But you know, it's still an entertaining tournament. I've still been religiously following this tournament. I haven't seen many races on this channel, probably, because I've been so consumed with March Madness. But no, I've been watching games on the phone, computer, TV all at once. I've actually wanted to pull my old computer out and start watching it on there. This is the first tournament I think I've actually deeply gotten into. So yeah, I'm not sure if you guys have followed much of it, but if you have, I want to hear from you. What do you guys think of this tournament ultimately? Besides, your brackets being ruined, but I mean, 85%. I envy you right now. Tim, I envy you right now. You want to switch? Do you want to switch brackets with me? Are rolling in a little slow for me, so I'm like probably 5 minutes behind. But I'm kind of jealous right now. Tim's got a pretty decent bracket. And, part of it is I predicted, let's see, who did I predict? I'm going to tell you guys my final four. Let me know who your final four is as well. So I got Duke, Arizona playing. Duke's out, so that's out of the picture. 8 on the East Coast bracket is wrong for me. Baylor's the only team alive in that. But I had Duke and Arizona for my final four, one part of it. And I got Louisville and UNC. Louisville is out of the tournament, which personally, man, I'm kind of glad about that. Just saying. Sorry if there are any Louisville, Kentucky fans out there. But, yeah, I got UNC and Duke in the finals, the Tar Heels winning it. So my bracket's still, for the most part, alive. Or partially alive, I should say. It's going to be interesting, though. I can't wait for Friday to see these games. Once again, I closed out of it. I have it on my phone. So, what do I have for games? Like I said, Wisconsin, Florida, Baylor, South Carolina on Friday. Oh, Thursday the game. Tomorrow the games start. I thought it was Friday and Saturday. Okay, my mistake. Tomorrow you got Gonzaga and West Virginia, Xavier, Arizona, Purdue and Kansas, and Oregon and Michigan. Then again on Friday you got UNC, Butler, UCLA, and Kentucky. I know what I'm doing on my night off tomorrow. I'm hoping you guys are going to consider the same. So yeah. Anyway, let's hear what's going on. I don't have any questions really as far as the tournament goes, but I do want to kind of explain for doing this stream because I mean I'm sure you guys look at the channel name and you say, why is it on here? Like, this is NCN. It's about NR 2003. I'm sure you guys look at it and say that, and I'm going to explain myself a little. So, as you guys know, I put out the update yesterday that likely I'm going to retire. Oh, I'm sorry, Tim. All right. Thanks, Tim, for watching. If you do have to go, I don't know. I'm not good with text lingo. Minus that, I don't know. I'm kind of old. Anyway, thanks for watching, Tim. Anyway, there's a reason I'm doing this. Like I said, if you guys missed the update video, first off, go watch it. Because it's very important. I have stated my intention of possibly leaving NR in the fall or in either the fall or in the summer. I'm making the decision June 10th or June 3rd. Back on here live streaming again. I'll probably make the decision June 3rd and do that. But there's a reason why I'm doing it, and it's because it's too much for me, as I said. The reason why I'm doing this stream is this is something I'm passionate about. I'm not as passionate about the racing like I used to be. As I mentioned in the update. So because of that, I want to focus mostly on basketball because that's what I'm passionate about. I've told most of you guys I coach for a living. I coach CYO basketball, and in that time, I've just really developed passion for the sport. For NASCAR a few years ago, like I just can't get enough basketball. Now I don't like NBA. That's a whole different topic I will talk about a different day if you want to discuss it. But so this is something I'm going to probably consider on my new channel when I decide I'm ready to. I'm going to be making a video and I'm going to be putting it on a new channel soon. So keep an eye out for it. I'm going to post a link to that video. It's going to be my personal account though. My personal YouTube account that I'm going to do it on. Do some blogs on there, video vlogs or blogs and whatnot. That's what I'm considering. And then toward March Madness, I'll start doing that. You know, maybe having some of my buddies in and we'll talk basketball and that sort of stuff. or even just some coaching stuff, like how to break down some defenses, and, you know. But I don't think I'll do that. I don't like teaching people what I learned in my time coaching so far, so I don't like to give away strategy. What I plan on doing, depending how well this round goes of the tournament, or I'm sorry, so far this live stream hasn't gone, and maybe it's because of the short notice, but, you know, either way, I'm not disappointed in the turnout. I can't get too upset about it. Glad Tim's been chiming in a lot. Thank you, Tim, for all those comments and stuff. It really definitely keeps me on track, keeps me going. But this is what I plan on doing on the new channel around this time of year. I might do like a weekly Q&A sort of thing. Tim had asked if I would do gaming this, you know, when I retire. I think I will. I don't have plans on doing it. Doesn't mean I won't, though. We'll see. But I'm going to be going basically, but my NR days are over either in September or in June. I don't know yet. But regardless, I'm retiring. I'm making that clear. As I said in the video, regardless I'm retiring, it's just a matter of when I'm retiring. But that is not the topic of this video. I don't want to go all night on it. If you guys have any basketball questions, I'd like to hear from you. I will wait another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll call it a night. I'm going to try and get some more turnout for the next live stream is the plan. Hopefully next time I'll put it out more in advance. And, you know, I'll ask you guys, should I do it? And it's up to you guys, but I will put it out there. It won't be on this channel. I will be uploading a video soon on my personal YouTube. I'm going to process it tonight, hopefully. It's not going to be like an actual video. It's going to be more like a picture video sort of thing. I don't know. Well, I'm going to show you guys soon. But that may be the channel where I live stream on Saturday if I do this. I'm thinking about Saturday, maybe Friday. Well, Friday I can't. I got obligations going on. Saturday I definitely want to try and live stream again, so just keep your eyes out for that. Questions you guys might have, just leave them below. So, sorry, I'm a little distracted at the moment. If you guys have any questions, leave them below. So I guess I'm gonna highlight one game real quick. One game I watched, I predicted to go a little further than they did. I'm gonna tell you who. So here it is. If you guys watched the Minnesota Mid-Tennessee game, If you did, I watched just about every game in the first round. Most of them, not all of them. I watched it. I thought Minnesota could win this game, is what I thought. Predicted Minnesota to go and win that game. And then we had Butler against Winthrop, and that's a no-brainer. Butler's going to win that game. I mean, no one's. I mean, but then again, things happen in March. No chance Winthrop's going to beat Butler, being from the Big East. Now, the Big East isn't as strong as they were. Granted, they aren't. But so I predicted Minnesota Butler, and then on top of it, I predicted Minnesota to go to the Sweet 16. I watched them in their Big Ten tournament. They impressed me a lot. They really are a young up and coming team. I know Richard Pitino, he has done a great job building that program. Excited to see what they're going to do in the next couple of years, because they are really nice athletic program, a nice basketball program over there. But I was completely wrong, though. Thing I noticed, and I didn't pick up on this in the Big Ten game, or I would have predicted otherwise. Minnesota had a lot of trouble moving the basketball. Really, really odd. Honestly, I didn't expect that to happen. In Middle Tennessee, I got to give them credit. They have great defensive game. They need some more shooters. I think if they could get some better shooters, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with in a few years. So, yeah, and Minnesota lost some. But what's funny is I loved the defense that these guys ran, because Minnesota's not a passing team. I don't know. They're not great at moving the ball, which is the one thing you got to do in zone. The ball. Beat the zone. They were overthinking it, I think, and just you can't do that in basketball. You know, if you got a 1-3, you know, Middle Tennessee ran a 1-3-1 half court trap. That you got to move the ball quick. First off, any press you run, you got to move the ball quick. You got to make a fast decision. Take on it. So for Middle Tennessee, I mean, they got out of the gates a little cold, but they came back. They played incredible defense. Yeah, it was just Minnesota just didn't know how to move the ball against that 1-3-1 half court trap. And personally speaking, 1-3-1 is not a defense as a coach that I would like to run the full game. Zone defense, the big thing is to swing the ball. With the half court, full court press, whatever press you're running, you need to move. If it's a zone press, you got to move the ball. Zone in general, you just got to move the ball. You got to swing it. You got to move the ball. Plain and simple. Man to man is different. You can beat out your guy. You got to really move the ball, and that's something Minnesota didn't do. I think they were prepped to face a zone. Keep in mind, a lot of teams don't know how to play against the zone. We've seen Syracuse play in the tournament. They are not easy to beat with the 2-3 zone. This year, they would have been beatable. I'm surprised, though, that Middle Tennessee got beat. Butler's not great. They're not great, but they're not horrible. You know, they're average is what I'd say. You know, I don't know how far they're going to go, but I think they could go decently far. Maybe the Elite Eight. I believe they play. Let's see, they play against UNC, so I don't know how that's going to go for them. But if they play like they did last week, I think they got a good chance. So we'll wait and see. We'll see about them. So haven't gotten any questions, and that's in part, I think, because I didn't put out long note. I put out the notice pretty short. That might be part of why we're not having many comments, many questions. It could also be that I'm not doing something very interesting, and I understand that, and I'm not going to get mad about that. That, wow. I thought I'd give it a try. We're going to try again on Saturday. So, hopefully you guys will tune in on Saturday. The other thing is it being a school night, I'm not too surprised. I'll try this again Saturday. I don't know yet. No. I'm not committed to doing it. Anyway, so I'm going to give my predictions now, is what I'm going to do since I have my bracket here, my accurate one. Yeah, the one on the app. So I'm going to show you guys this one. So let's see, we got Wisconsin and Florida. Florida's good. Don't get me wrong, Florida is a good team. Wisconsin's pretty good too. I'm going to predict Florida in a close game. So move Florida to the Elite Eight. Baylor, South Carolina. I believe Baylor can move on in that. I think we'll see Baylor move on. South Carolina played a good game. I would not be shocked. I think another close game, but we'll see. Gonzaga, West Virginia. That's what I went with on my bracket. Xavier, Arizona. I got to go Arizona. Kansas and Purdue. I'm going to say Kansas in this one. Oregon, Michigan. I want to say Oregon, and I'm going to say Oregon because they're playing very well so far. Playing really good basketball right now, good quality basketball. Michigan is too. I think that could be an overtime game, maybe. I don't know, but I'm going to say Oregon, but I'm going to say keep an eye out for Michigan in that game. UNC and Butler. I got to go UNC. At this point, UCLA and Kentucky, I'm going UCLA in that. They have a strong program. Kentucky's good. They're young. They're a good young program. I just don't know about them yet. I like what I see from I like what I see from UCLA. They got a decent team, so I'm gonna say UCLA in that game. All right, it's about 7:30, so I think what I'm gonna do is call it a night. And I don't know. I thought it was decent tonight. Not the turnout I expected, but I'm sure Saturday maybe we'll have a better turnout. There's also online racing, so that could also be a contributor to it. But anyway, I'm going to call it a night. So thank you, Tim, and everyone else who popped in for a couple minutes. Sorry it wasn't that interesting. I'm going to do my best Saturday to really analyze everything. So hopefully you'll tune in on Saturday. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you Saturday maybe, or I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to try and have the Talladega race out tomorrow for the Cup, so keep your eyes out for that. And in the meantime, see you guys later. Good night, everyone.